Now, in the beginning of the new year, usually around January 1st, everyone starts off with a strong boost of motivation, the feeling of a fresh start to conquer all your goals. You're going to wake up earlier, work out consistently, eat better, stop procrastinating, stop scrolling, and finally romanticize your life and become the person you've always imagined. But then the motivation fades. Life gets busy. You miss one day, then two. And suddenly 2026 starts to look a lot like 2025. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop relying on motivation and start building discipline so you can actually follow through on your goals and become the version of yourself you keep saying you'll be. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Hi guys, welcome back to Wonders Maravillas. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to reach your New Year's goals and to truly fulfill your 2026 resolution. Now, my first tip of guidance for you today is to start small. Dream big, but start small. To reach any goal, it starts with a habit. The habit of staying disciplined, the habit of showing up. So for example, you want to start working out 5 times a week. Start working out 3 times a week. Start with something doable and do it 30 minutes for those 3 days that you do it. Stay consistent for at least a month, and then each month gradually increase. Why does this work? You may think, working out 3 times a week isn't gonna do anything. I need to work out 5 times a week, so that's what I'm going to do. This used to be me. I used to want to fulfill all of these goals, but in the end, I would start out strong and then slowly slack off. And eventually, the goal was just a dream. It was never being fulfilled. So what it took was to reach 1% every day. Even if you do something so small, you think it's nothing, you're doing something because you're training yourself to build the habit. And once the habit is built, it's not going to take motivation to do it. Sometimes you'll get motivated and you'll enjoy the workout. You'll want to work out. But that comes with first being disciplined, sticking to your routine, and actually doing what you tell yourself to do. Maybe you have all of these ideas of the person you want to become, the habits you want to implement in your daily life. Step 1, write it all down. Write out every goal that you want to meet. And step 2 is to write out these goals with an intention of completion. This means, for example, if I say, my New Year's resolution goal is to be more fit, to work out more. This is a good goal, but at the end of the year, how do you fill that out? How do you track the progress that got you there? Instead of saying, be more fit, you could put, I am gonna stick to my workout routine of 5 times a week. 3 if you're just starting. And once you stick to your routine, and once you create this goal, this doable goal that you can do daily or every other day or whatever it looks like for you, you want to track your progress. And this is where motivation will start to kick in because you'll be seeing visually that you can do this and that you are having progress. You feel so good because you can see your progress. And a way that I do this is through a habit tracker. I printed out my own for this new year. I stick to a couple goals that are actually doable every day. For example, read 1 page of my book, work out, pray, read the Bible, and so on. And so every night I stick to my night routine, which includes checking off my habit tracker, and at the end of the month, I can record and see how my progress went. Did I start out doing everything and then slowly the discipline slacked off and I stopped sticking to my goals? I can see that. If I never completed anything because I had so much written down there, I can tweak it. Instead of reading maybe 5 pages of my book every day, I'll read 1 page because that's still something. You're still completing it. So my encouragement to you is to stick to routine. Sticking to routine does wonders for you. For example, as part of your New Year's resolution, it might be to wake up early. I want to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, do my workout, journal, do everything I can do productively for the first 2 hours of the day. This is amazing. It's a great goal. But in reality, how many of us actually wake up at 5 a.m. every morning? I would love to, but sometimes life happens and you can't wake up every morning at 5 a.m. But when there is intention and I make it a priority to wake up at 5 a.m. and have a productive morning, it starts with routine. What does this look like? For example, I have a night routine that I stick to. If I want to wake up at 5 a.m., I need to be in bed by 10 and sleeping at 10 p.m. so that I wake up with enough energy to start my day at 5 a.m. Now, this might be difficult for us if maybe we're on our phones or we're doing other stuff, but it's the discipline and sticking to that routine, doing everything I need to do to prep for bedtime to be in bed by 10 p.m. For me, this looks like prepping my coffee, also preparing my outfit for the next day and my bag, intentionally setting out my workout clothes next to my outfit so that when I wake up, I work out. It's also creating an environment for yourself that is clean, that is motivating, and is also going to help you to do what you want to do. Apart from your goals, I want you to make a list of the top 5 non-negotiables that you will complete every day. Remember, these 5 goals need to be so doable. There's no excuse to not complete them every day. For me, for example, my non-negotiables this year are spending time in prayer, doing my Bible study, and sometimes my mornings are so rushed. I sometimes stick to a 2-minute devotional so that there's no excuse for not completing it. Reading 1 page of my book, working out or moving my body, and journaling. Everyone's non-negotiables may look different, but these are 5 non-negotiables that truly can make an impact on your life and help you become a better person. Now, once you have your list of your 5 non-negotiables, apart from these is boundaries that you want to set this new year to be able to achieve them. Now, we as human beings need boundaries. We need space to be able to create or perform or to be focused. What are your boundaries going to look like this new year? Maybe it means cutting off certain people that aren't helping you achieve your goals or be your best self. Maybe it's the amount of time that you spend on your phone or on social media. This means not having my whole world revolving around my phone. By having this boundary, it really helped me to realize that there's more to life than what's on a screen. And instead of spending all of my time scrolling, seeing what other people were up to, and seeing other people meet the goals that I so desired to meet, yeah, it motivated me at times seeing other people do this, but in reality, I was just wasting my time when in that moment I could be doing my non-negotiables to reach that outcome, to reach that goal. And so I encourage you to look at your life, to see the patterns and maybe the bad habits or addictions and taking them out of your life. You may think, if you're like me, I need to complete and become my highest self to start enjoying my life, to start loving myself and enjoying who I am. We have to love and believe that we are worth of love in the version that we are at this very moment. If you work out every day because you hate your body and you want to be skinnier and you want to look a different way and you want to reach these goals, in reality, you're just doing it out of self-hate. And the motivation for this, it drives off instantly. So I encourage you guys to start out of a state of being okay with who you are right now. Acknowledging, yes, I need to be more disciplined. I need to meet these goals to make a better version out of myself. But it is to do it out of self-love is what is very important. There's a different motivation out of hatred and self-compassion. Do it for you. My last word of advice is if you tell yourself you're going to do something, going back to your relationship with yourself, if you tell yourself, I'm going to be different this year is going to look different for me, then you need to stick to your word. That's what matters. If you can't trust yourself and you don't fulfill the promises that you said that you were going to do, then there's not going to be any self-trust. And your goals just become a dream. So I really hope this advice helped you, and that this year that your goals aren't just a dream, that they become reality. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Wonders Maravillas if you haven't, and I hope you guys have a blessed new year.